companies in how to repay that amount. My friend Zahir Saab is here. I acknowledge the payment that is due and what the government needs to liquidate those, and we are making efforts towards that, and I own that responsibility. You don't even have to come and remind me of that. I am well aware of where it was and where it is today. So that's a government obligation. We will continue to deliver on that. So, but hopefully that how do you operationalize that will get decided in the next couple of months when the next mission comes in. And you'll see us moving in that direction, because once you get that money, only then we can expect you to deploy that capital to explore further. So that's what we are doing in the upstream, other than the exploration on the onshore and the offshore basins. In the midstream, I am extremely grateful to Khattak Saab for leading the negotiations yesterday and for providing some relief in this extremely volatile environment in terms of reduced diesel prices. The refinery stepped up to that ask. I'm grateful for that. But what we need to really get the conversation going is, why are they in such dilapidated state, and why have they not been able to upgrade to deep conversion refineries? And that is where the new refinery policy comes in, and that is where the operational flexibility comes in. So why did we not do it in the last 70 years is a debate that we can have some other day, but that policy is in field. The Secretary is locking the agreements with all of them. We will have a signing ceremony, and we will make sure that at least the future generations are not challenged in the same manner as we are today in meeting this challenge, because these things will continue to happen. We live in interesting times. So that's what's happening in the oil chain, in the midstream. In the gas sector, I am grateful to World Bank. They are helping us unbundle and reform the gas sector. How do you split the infrastructure business from the energy business? How do you inject more competition into it? How do you encourage more liquidity for the upstream sector? How do you inject efficiency optimization into the system? And that report should be coming out by the end of this month. So once that is there, it will be presented to the Prime Minister, and we will slowly and gradually move in that direction. And already, I think a lot of competition has already been injected with the support of Fahim Saab. You have the third-party access regime. Power is bringing that regime today through the CTBC, and we've had that for years. So how do you build that platform, take it forward? That is another thing that we'll definitely bring in, because the North Star remains deregulating, letting the private sector bring in the expertise, the competence to run this efficiently. We've seen this in the telecom sector, and we see how Pakistan today and the consumers in Pakistan today enjoy the lowest call costs across the country. So that is the benefit of injecting competition into this. So we'll continue to push on that front, regardless of how much hatred I am able to gather or how much popularity I'm able to gather. But I think the true measure will be how the coming generations view what we did when we had the responsibility of doing something. And in the downstream, consolidation, improving digitization, and doing all sorts of things. So which will bring more transparency, whether it be the pricing reform, and the confusion around the daily price announcement. That's not the end game. The end game is deregulating it. The prices even today are being settled on the basis of a 7-day moving average. If it must be a deficiency in my explaining this fact to the people, because my critics continue to say that it is daily price. It is a 7-day rolling price which is announced daily. So I hope people will be able to listen to this and better understand what we are trying to do, because the entire country cannot stop every Friday when prices are to be announced, and especially when, as a petroleum minister who imports most of the molecules, cannot do much to tweak that price. So that is the end game and the direction in which we have to travel. There are many other things, Fahim Saab, that you wanted me to speak. Unfortunately, I don't know whether I've eaten up into the time of the Secretary, but these were the broader touchstones that I wanted to lay before you. Secretary Saab and I are available. We've tried to keep the industry apprised and have that feedback loop in place so that we can continue to calibrate and adjust the policy as the environment changes. But the broader message is we have to review this entire energy architecture, and I need your support, and I will make sure till the time that I am here that all your genuine issues are addressed, whether we are able to attend to them in a timely or in a manner in which you expect us to move forward. I don't know, because this government decision-making process has its own benefits and its own challenges. So, but my promise is, if you convince me, regardless of what I'm faced with, I will continue to raise that voice. And Zahir Saab, your amount and the millions of dollars that the government of Pakistan owes you for years, I acknowledge that, and I continue to work towards addressing those problems. But please also appreciate that in this environment, there's not a single invoice for the last 1.5 years since we've come in that has been unpaid. We've not touched any contract. We've respected the sanctity of contracts regardless of whether I made them or not, because they were contracts made by the government of Pakistan, regardless of which government it was. I'm not getting into that debate. I own that liability. Inshallah, with your support, we will continue to attend to those matters.
पाकिस्तान एनर्जी कॉन्फ्रेंस 2026 वफाकी वज़ीर पेट्रोलियम अली परवेज़ मलिक इस्लामाबाद में खिताब कर रहे थे। जो आपने मुलाहिज़ा किया, उनका कहना था कि तवानाई के शोबे में गर्दिशी कर्ज़ों में नुमायाँ कमी लाई गई है। तवानाई के शोबे में तमाम हिस्सों के दरमियान हम आहंगी नागुज़ीर है। तवानाई शोबे में पॉलिसियों का तसलसल सरमाकारी के लिए अहम होगा। अपस्ट्रीम इंडस्ट्री और बाकी चीज़ों को लाइन अप करते हुए तवानाई के महफूज निज़ाम और मुल्की माशी तरक्की की बुनियाद को मुस्तहकम करना होगा।